I'm Brett Griffin. We're here in Exeter, Maine at Crane Brothers Farm. We're hanging out with Matt and Ryan Crane along with Todd from Nutrien Ag Solutions. Guys, tell me a little bit about this farm.
Yeah, so our great-grandparents, George and Mildred Crane, had a small, diversified farm, pretty typical of the area in the 1950s, raising a few acres of potatoes, some peas, beans. There was a vegetable cannery in town at that time. Our grandfathers, their sons, Vern and Neil Crane, kind of took over their parents' interests in the early 60s and began to focus on processing potatoes at that time. First foray into chipping potatoes was in 1962, and we've continued to grow that business with Matthew's father Steve, my father Jim, and we're proud to represent the fourth generation here on the farm.
Are we only growing potatoes now?
No, we are growing about currently now 2,000 acres of corn. All goes to feed mills local to our area, and to supply hopefully all the dairy farms in our area as well.
How many acres of potatoes are we talking?
Currently we're about 16 to 1,700 acres every year, depending on where the seed takes us. So.
Todd, when they're gearing up for the next year, what's your role like for potatoes?
A lot of my job here is keeping them in packaged chemical in season, and I run parts for them actually sometimes and help them out that way. So
me and Todd really in the summertime, we're in constant communication, just prepping for our fungicide applications throughout the summer, trying to plan ahead, usually try to stay a month ahead of what we're planning on doing in the field. So I'm talking with Todd pretty much on at least a weekly basis, if not more.
Todd, backing up to the fungicide pest question, anything that works well here?
Yeah, one thing that comes to mind with the drones, we come out with a new Loveland franchise co-pilot drone surfactant, and I think that's been pretty successful here this summer.
Yeah, that worked really well with the drones. We're still using the same chemicals as we were in the ground rigs, and with the ground rigs we're able to put on more gallons per acre, so the chemicals are more diluted in the tank, and with the drones we're putting on less of a rate, anywhere from 3 to 5 gallons per acre, so it's a lot more concentrated. In the franchise co-pilot, what I've found is help keeps the chemical in a lot better suspension, keeps it agitated better, and it honestly I think it thins it out and it sprays better and keeps it smaller droplet sizes and get overall better coverage on the leaf itself.
Do potatoes require a lot of inputs normally?
They do, yeah. Potatoes are really a high management, high input crop. I think something we always keep in the back of mind is potato quality, because our compensation is based not on the quality of the raw potato that we deliver to our customers, it's on the visual appearance and quality of the finished chip that our potatoes make ultimately. So really trying to manage sugar content and really optimize potatoes for the chipping market.
We're standing in a storage shed. This thing is state-of-the-art for potatoes?
I'd say, yeah.
Yeah. What's it consist of?
So we've got roughly 480,000 hundredweight of potato storage capacity, split up into 8 bins. Each bin is individually climate controlled, and we can manage temperature, humidity, and carbon dioxide level in each, and kind of tailor each bin to a specific variety and shipping target. The typical storage process for us would be to bring the potatoes in, fill the bin, try to get the tuber temperature down to about 55 degrees as quickly as we can, let them suberize or heal for about 3 weeks. After that process, we'll start to ramp them slowly down to the final holding temperature. And depending on variety and shipment timing, on our farm that can range anywhere from 46 to 50 degrees.
How long are they in here?
The typical timeline, we'd be done shipping by mid-June of the following year. I believe our record is July 9th.
So you can keep them for a long time. You can keep them, the temperature, the moisture level, everything you want based on the technology in the storage building.
Yep.
You mentioned this is chip potato. Got this big warehouse with all these potatoes. Where are they going when they leave here? What's that process look like? How long does it take to get from storage to a chip in a store?
Yeah, from this facility, they'll go down the road to our wash plant where they'll be washed, graded, loaded bulk onto trucks. Our primary plant we supply is about 4.5 hours away in northeast Connecticut. And then typically they'll be processed within 12 hours of arrival at that site.
Wow, that's fast.
Yeah.
Feeding the future together, what comes to mind?
Working with very efficient, good farms like this one, producing high quality, safe food, and being sustainable. You know, these guys are putting cover crops on a lot of their ground as they harvest. You know, this is something that our fathers and grandfathers didn't do, and that's the direction we need to go to continue to yields keep increasing. You know, that's just the direction I see us continuing to go.
For me, I think there's a long legacy here in our family and in the state of being producers of a reliable and local food supply, and certainly proud to continue that.